little different than our regular program, isn't it? It's not exactly the kitchen that you're used to seeing at home in. Well, we've thought for a special treat for this program and one more besides, we're going to bring you to a great cookout. This is something you can do in your backyard, you can do with your friends, you can take it to a park, whatever, but it's a good time, have family and friends around, and most important, it's the time we're going to celebrate patriotism, because I believe in this country. There's no other place in the whole wide world that I'd rather be living than right here in the good old USA. So as you can see, we've got the flag flying, we've got our decorations in place, and we've got cookout things ready to go for your 4th of July picnic, your barbecue, or just going to a friend's house. We're going to make some dishes that you can take with you. And we're excited about it, and we're going to be right back right after this really important hint to get our cookout started. Happy 4th of July. Here's today's at-home hint. Always place cooked foods on a clean plate, not one that has been previously held raw meat, fish, or poultry. Bacteria from the raw food can migrate to the cooked foods.
For updates, pictures, stories, and more, like us on Facebook. To watch hundreds of classic episodes, subscribe to us on YouTube. And to get hundreds of free recipes, visit ctvn.org/athome.
Well, we're back here in the backyard again doing our backyard barbecue. A lot of backyards there, wasn't it? But I'm going to show you some different things that you can make. Of course, you wouldn't make this outside, but because we're out today, I'm showing everything, demonstrating outside. You'd make some of these things inside because they need to be refrigerated. Like, I call this a trifle decadent. And it's so simple, I'm embarrassed to even tell you how to make it, because all you do, you take a pretty glass bowl. It doesn't have to be fancy, but a pretty glass bowl, and you keep it chilled, because you know this is going to have to keep refrigerated. You put a layer of Cool Whip on the bottom. Now, this is not low fat, folks, and I think every once in a while, like on a holiday, it's all right to do something special or something different, and something that maybe you would not normally be eating because you're watching your fat intake or whatever. But anyway, I just have in this container just some plain old milk. Now, what's better than cookies and milk, right? Dunk that cookie and then drop it on top of that Cool Whip. Dunk that next one on top of the Cool Whip. We're going to do this until this is completely filled up with all the cookies that you might want. Wish we had these. There we go. Now, I've had to fight the crew off for these cookies, so I'm saving them for the dessert, and I told them there's no way you can eat these because it's important that we have enough to make this. Nothing better than cookies and milk, and that's what basically, besides that and the Cool Whip, that's all there is to this. Then you're going to layer more Cool Whip on top, and I would suggest you get a large container of Cool Whip because you'd want some to go on the top to make a topping to it, a final layer. And again, we'll go back. These are just Chips Ahoy cookies, delicious. If you have homemade, they would work fine, but you got to dunk them. You absolutely got to dunk them because that's what's going to make them moist. And again, we just keep working on it the whole way around. Keep layering them in there. I hope we're getting a good shot of that so you can see. There's nothing fancy about it, not at all. Just keep putting them in there, and of course, more Cool Whip. Okay, that one's shot. Let's start on another one. I tell you, these kind of things are fun to get the kids involved in because kids like to do stuff like this. And if you're trying to get things prepared for your barbecue and the kids are driving you crazy because they want to help, let them make this. Of course, you're going to have to take a head count of the cookies because I got a feeling by the time they get this done, you might be lacking just a little bit because they start dunking. I don't think they're going to get into your dessert. I think they're going to enjoy them. Okay, we continue to layer. And this needs to be refrigerated for at least 2 hours overnight for as long as you can because it's really important to get it good and cold. Got to be cold. Obviously, you would not want to do this out here in the sunshine like we are, but hey, you know me, I'll try anything. Why not? I just wanted you to have something like this that's refreshing and cool to make for your guests this 4th of July. I mentioned at the beginning of the program how much I appreciate this country, and I am a patriotic person because I feel like Americans have freedom that nobody else has in the whole wide world. And I think that we take it for granted, and I think we probably should not do that. You know, freedom costs you something, cost everybody something. And I think we need to be appreciative of that. All right, there's our decadent trifle. I'm going to give that to Sandra. Come on, Sandy, let's put that in the fridge and get it good and cold. While she's doing that, at the end of the program, we're going to show you what it really looks like. We're going to make something called calico beans. And these are beans that when I prepare any kind of a cookout, I try to have a main course, which we're going to make chicken bundles today. But then I think, what if somebody doesn't like chicken? What are they going to eat? So I try to incorporate 2 different kinds of meats in whatever I prepare when I'm meal planning. And this bean recipe, they're called calico beans. This recipe has hamburger in it. So you have the beef, and then as our main course, the chicken. Let me get this prepared for you. I've got things everywhere here because this is, I mean, refrigeration is at a commodity. What we have here is a pound of ground round and a pound of bacon that we've cooked together and drained very well. We're going to go ahead and mix that in our casserole bowl. Then we're going to take, we've also had a 1/2 cup of onions that we've cooked with that, all right? Now we're going to add 1 can of kidney beans that have been drained. There's our kidney beans. 1 can of butter beans that have been drained. This is going to make enough for some good hearty appetites. This is a can of pork and beans, but we don't drain those. Let the moisture, the juices that are in those beans, just let them stay in there. There's just something about baked beans or bean salad on a picnic that tastes good. Everybody looks forward to it. You got to have some kind of beans, and these are like beefed up beans because you're putting the beef and the bacon in with them. Now we're going to take 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of regular sugar, and a couple of teaspoons of mustard. You can use the regular prepared mustard or you can use Dijon, and we like the flavor of that, so we're just going to use the Dijon. And some vinegar, about 1 tablespoon of vinegar. You almost make them kind of a sweet and sour. Notice how closely I'm measuring the vinegar. A little bit, either way isn't going to matter that much, all right? And basically, you just mix all of this thoroughly together. Make sure the brown sugar gets evenly distributed. And these are going to go into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Now, you can also do them in the microwave. So if you have a nice big bean pot, you might want to think about that. But I would cover them. And again, I'm going to give this to Sandy. Let's bake those beans, okay?
If you love At Home with Arlene Williams, then subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of episodes with all your favorite recipes, holidays, and friends.
Say hi to your fan club.
Hi, fan club.
And don't forget to click the bell so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Now come with me, I want to show you what's going on in this grill. Is this a great grill? This is the Thermos Corporation. We all know the little thermos. Well, they've branched out into all kind of coolers and all kind of barbecue accessories. This is a great grill, and I'll tell you, we're cooking up a storm on this Thermos grill, the VIP one, of course, right? And what we're doing here, in case you're wondering, these are called chicken bundles, and I'm going to show you how to put those together in just a minute. They're basically a chicken breast. We've taken a little piece of cheese, and it's boneless and skinless, and then we've wrapped the whole thing with a piece of bacon, and we're going to just let them brown. They've been cooking for a while because these need to cook about 45 minutes. You don't want to have raw meat, and we're always very careful about what we do with chicken, and it's very important for us to continue to do so. But these are called chicken bundles, and I'm going to show you how to put them together. Also on the grill, let me show you, we have some corn that has been cooking. Now that corn is just like this, except we have opened it, taken all the silk out of it. Remember we had one of the hints on how to get the silk out of corn, that you take a wet paper towel and you go up and down the cob and that the silk will come off? It really works, believe me, we've done that. Then you close back up the husks. Now you can do this in a microwave too, but then all you do with these is just lay them on the grill. We've got some going up here already, but you can see these are all basically the same thing. Just take the silk out, Keep the husks on. You can flavor, you can put spices on it if you want. If you want to put some basil on, a little bit of maybe garlic or onion salt. I would stay away from putting the butter on at this point, only because it's going to cook out and go all over your grill. Wait and butter it when you go to eat it. You soak these in cold water for 30 minutes. Don't just clean them and say throw them on the grill, because this stuff will ignite. But you can see this is very wet because we've been soaking these in cold water for 30 minutes. What happens when you close it up like this and you put it on the grill, it gets hot. The water, it develops a steam, and the steam steams the corn. I tell you, you're talking about good corn. You haven't had corn until you taste it on the grill like this. So that's another one of the delicious things we're going to have for our cookout today. Some of these look kind of straggly. You want to pull off some of the rough looking ones, but we're not going to eat the husks, so it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as they get cooked good, that's what's important. And we're going to keep watching this. You have to push these in. Make sure you always want to use good safety when it comes to the grill, because keep the kids away. We don't want anything to happen to the kids. All right, the next thing that we're going to be preparing is our summertime salad. And I like this because this is the time of the year when some of the vegetables and the fruits are starting to come in that we enjoy so much. And it's nice to take advantage of them when they are in season. When they're not in season, then you have to pay a high price and they don't taste good. You ever have a tomato in the middle of January that tastes like it has no taste, no color? Well, now we're starting to get good fresh tomatoes, and that's some of what we can enjoy this time of the year. This summertime salad, first of all, we're going to take a can of the diced tomatoes, or you can do the fresh tomatoes, but you'd have to take the skins off. You'd also have to take the seeds out and just chop up the pulp or you can use the can of diced tomatoes, drained, which we're using. All right, and let me see here. I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. Let's do half cup of olive oil. Isn't it great to be outside? This is so much fun. I'm enjoying myself because I don't get to do this very often. We're always kind of in the same place, in the same kitchen, and that's all right. But it's nice to be able to go out. Appreciate our good friends that have allowed us to come and enjoy their home today. And I'm glad we could bring you along. Sometimes we go and we can't take you. Okay, so now we're going to use about a half a cup of olive oil. We're going to add that to it. And next it's going to be some parsley, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, and some basil, about a teaspoon of basil. Next we're going to use some salt. Let me see, my salt's over here. Brought the salt jar. 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay. And I'm going to have to read here. Oh, a clove of garlic. Hard to remember all of these. You know, when you're doing so many recipes, it's just hard to remember all of them. But we like to make them for you, so bear with us here. Next, we're going to take some spiral spaghetti. I'm going to mix this up a little bit here. Tomatoes make a good foundation for any salad, and this is a good looking salad. We've cooked these. This is the spiral spaghetti that we've cooked. Don't make it real soft. Try to keep them in. The key to that is, as soon as the time's up from cooking, get that out of that water and get it in cold water, because that will stop the cooking. Do you ever say, well, I timed that right, how come this is like mush? It's because this has continued to cook, even though you took it out of the water. The heat of it all but laying together has continued to cook. Now we're in trouble. Okay, Dale, how much time we got here? Do you know? I want to make sure. Pardon me? Okay, I want to make sure we have enough time to tell you about our chicken bundles. But I wanted to get this made and some other things as well. All right, we've got our 1 pound of spiral spaghettis. Boys, that look good, right? But we're not done yet, because now we're going to add 2 cups of shredded zucchini. This fresh zucchini, we're just going to add that to it. This is making a nice large amount, doesn't it? And the last ingredient is some shredded mozzarella cheese. This is our low-fat cheese, and we're going to add that to it. This is about, let's see, about a half a pound, about 8 ounces. Now this would be something you'd want to keep in the cooler. Don't let it sit out because of the cheese in there. And I think it's really important to practice good safety habits on a picnic. because you don't want anybody getting sick. So anytime you keep something in a cooler, put it in the cooler. Don't let it sit out. Don't, especially with chicken and things that will deteriorate quickly. Be really, really careful about that. Does this look good or what? I'm telling you. And this is so easy. That's really all there is to it. And really, this is something that everybody will enjoy. It's a little different from the traditional linguine salad, but I think it's something everybody will enjoy. All right, now, I think we've got that mixed up. Sandy, I'm going to ask you to take this and refrigerate it. Thank you. Next thing we're going to do is our carrot salad. And we have boiled, we've peeled and cut in a diagonal 2 pounds of carrots and then just cooked them till they're crisp tender. And that's what we have here. Now we're going to make a dressing for our carrots. This is called sweet and sour carrot salad. This is a 1/2 cup of vinegar. I'm just going to use this one because it's got some garlic in it, but that's all right. About 1/2 cup of vinegar, 1/2 cup of oil, same amount of oil. I better do it just to make sure we do it right. Okay, 1/2 cup of oil, and 3/4 cup of sugar. That's this. Teaspoon of salt. Okay, teaspoon of Worcestershire. You know, I want you to know that this crew brought all this stuff here today. This is not easy, transporting a kitchen to an outdoor place. I want you to know that. But everybody worked together and we got it done. That's the important thing. And 2 green peppers that are cut into strips. We're going to add those to the already cut up carrots. And looks like we might need a little bigger dish here. And we're going to need some onion. Hear those wind chimes? Is that beautiful? I feel like I'm in a cathedral. It sounds so beautiful today. It really does. They're so pretty. I always liked wind chimes. Those are one of those things I always enjoyed hearing. We used to have them hanging all over the porch. And I got to the neighbors were always listening to see what was happening outside by what was going on with the wind chimes at our house. But anyway, girls, if we can have a bigger bowl, I need a larger bowl to do this in. While I'm whisking this, this is the dressing that's going to go on the sweet and sour carrot salad. This is an unusual combination of cooked carrots and then raw peppers and raw onions. You'd think you'd cook them all together, but we don't, not on this one. Okay, here we go with a nice big bowl. Thank you, Linda. And that's all right. We're going to just dump that all in there. That's much better. Much, much better. And once you have this put together like that and leave those big strips of the green pepper in there, then you're just going to add your dressing over top of it. And there's your sweet and sour carrot salad. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think you're going to enjoy that. Now that one doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's supposed to be eaten warm, so we can just leave that sit out here in the front. Now what I want to show you is how we do our chicken bundles, and I'm going to take a quick look at them. Again, this grill is unbelievably gorgeous because it does such a good job. Look at this. They're beautiful. We've cooked these. You have to cook them, like I said, about 45 minutes. Once the grill gets hot, and the ignition on this grill is incredible. I'm telling you, we were all amazed as we were working on this today at how wonderful this grill is to work with. And the construction was very well thought out. Now what we're going to do with our bundles is we're going to put some barbecue sauce on them because they've been going for a good 30 minutes. Barbecued chicken bundles, that's what they're called. And you barbecue evenly. Make sure that they're all covered. Some people get in there and they turn everything over, then they barbecue, and then they got to come back and turn it back over because you missed the side that you should have been barbecuing. So we're going to turn these over now. You also want to keep turning your corn. This has been going for a few minutes on one side. Just start turning it. You'll see that the husks begin to get dark. It's all right, we can do that. We can turn it over. And these up here are getting very dark and they're going to need to come off. If I could get a platter, here we are. Tell you, these girls are thinking today. They got it before I even asked for it. We're going to take some of the corn off because it's ready to go. Now when you serve this, you're going to serve it like this, and you're going to have a lot of good fresh hot butter, melted butter there for them. And what you'll do then, you can even flavor the butter with some garlic or onion salt or something like that if you want to. You don't have to, but it's a nice change. Look how nice these bundles are looking. We're going to turn them over now. We're going to barbecue the other side. Basically, it's important that you, anytime you use skewers or toothpicks on the grill, anything that's wood, it's important for you to soak that for a while in water, because if you don't, it's going to flare up. So it's important to do that. And we've done that with just to keep that at a minimum, because you don't want things to be burning on you. That's not what you're looking for. Now we're going to barbecue the other side. We've also got some sun tea going to town. You say, how do you make sun tea? It's as easy as can be. On a bright sunny day like this, that's the first thing you got to have, is a bright sunny day. And you put about 7 tea bags into about a gallon of water, just tap water, not boiling water, and you set it in the sun, and the sun will steep it for you. It saves you having to do it in the kitchen, and the taste is so good, so different, so refreshing. Okay, we're going to keep our corn. We've turned our corn. Keep it going. Now I'm going to show you how to make one of those bundles real quick while we're waiting for this all to get finished. You take a chicken breast that has been boned, skinned, and you take a piece of cheese. The hard part's going to be getting the cheese off this dish because it started to melt. Here we go. You lay your piece of cheese. This is American cheese. Now I fold the end in, and then you roll it into a bundle, kind of like that. Okay? Just kind of like that. Tuck it in. Okay? Now you're going to take about a piece and a half of bacon. Make sure I get the right piece here. And I use the half piece first because you can kind of set one end in with that. And again, you're going to use your toothpicks that have been wet. Of course, mine are dry because we've been waiting here. But basically, you just wrap it around. What happens is the bacon keeps the chicken moist while it's cooking, and you really want to be sure that that chicken is cooked through. Don't rush it. I'd rather you overcook it than undercook it, because there's nothing worse than chicken that is not well done. So we just skewer both ends, and then these you place on the grill. That's your chicken bundle. Tell you, it's so much fun. Just be creative. Think about it. Just get some ideas and read cookbooks and look in magazines. There's all kinds of hints of good things to do for this very special holiday. We'll be right back with the wrap-up of the program. Stay with us. Here's how you can get today's recipes of everything you've seen, and some even recipes of things that we've not prepared. We've got them all for you for this 4th of July special. We'll be right back.
To get all the recipes from today's show, plus hundreds of others, just click the link in the video description or visit our website, ctvn.org/at-home.
Well, here we are continuing our 4th of July celebration, and the table is full of all the good things we've prepared. And my good friend Linda Wilson is here with us today, and Sandy Devane, the prep chef on At Home. They're joining us in this part of the celebration, and we're just going to give you a rundown of everything that we've prepared. Okay, down here at the very beginning of the table is our barbecued chicken bundles, and those are pieces of chicken with cheese and bacon wrapped around, done on the grill to perfection with barbecue sauce. Next, Linda, stir up those beans. That's our calico beans that has bacon and ground beef and 3 different kinds of beans and a really good sauce on it. Back here is our summertime pasta salad. A little change from the linguine salad that we normally have, but it's got shredded zucchini, and you can do fresh tomatoes or canned tomatoes and cheese. Then the good old corn on the cob. Look at this. Does that look good? Done to delicious golden. Let's see, we're gonna talk about, yeah, how about the carrot salad, Sandy? Doesn't that look good? That's got a sweet and sour dressing on it. And something that I told you there were recipes that I did not tell you about, but you were gonna get them anyway. And one of them is for that cookie down there. That's we call our patriotic cookies. That's our red, white, and blue, just to signify this is something that ties in with the 4th of July theme. And to top it off is our a trifle decadent. Look at this. Oh my, how good that looked, right? Yeah. Okay, everybody's drooling, and we're going to be serving this up, but I hope you're going to spend the 4th of July with your friends, your family, people that you love, and let's stop and just think what this country's all about. There's no place else on the whole wide world quite like it. And you know why? Because it was founded on godly principles, and that's what makes the difference. And I'd ask you to just stop and think about what a great country this is, and maybe just take a moment to give thanks and gather those people that are really important in your life around about you and enjoy. Let's celebrate the 4th of July. We've got something to celebrate. We have freedoms here that no other country in the whole world can enjoy. So the 4th of July is going to get kicked off here with a real big party. The crew can't wait. They're waiting to dive into the pool and to chow down on some of this good food. And I hope this is a really great day for you and your family. Celebrate the 4th of July. Celebrate it with your family, with your friends. And you know, if your local community is having a fireworks display, get out there and support them and take the family. It's always good to have fireworks, but safe fireworks. So be sure to join us the next time. Until we see you then, we say it wouldn't be the same without you here at home. Happy 4th of July.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Fresh produce provided by Jordan Banana, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, PA. Cookware provided by Woolies. Your favorite gourmet deserves the best for less from Woolly Balcony Cookware. Groceries provided by Foodland, where the answer is always yes. Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.